and welcome to the July FAS TV Vet Update. Last month we saw record-breaking warm temperatures across the country, but this month the rain has come to cool us all down and to help the grass grow. This mild, wet weather is perfect for parasites, so it's important in the coming weeks and months that we're vigilant for that. It's really important though not just to blanket treat for worms, because using worming treatments when they're not necessary can contribute to problems with wormer resistance. Through the summer, regular performance monitoring, so checking daily live weight gains, and taking faecal samples to look for worm eggs are two really useful tools to help you and your advisor work out whether treatment for worms is indicated. In Scotland, we're really lucky because there's currently funding through the Preparing for Sustainable Farming initiative to support animal health interventions. So this means that farmers can claim £250 per animal health intervention, and sampling for gutworms in cattle and sheep count as two separate interventions. So speak to your vet about what the most appropriate samples to take are and when you should be taking these samples, because this funding is an opportunity for you to review and revise your current practices for the benefit of flock and herd health. In addition to seeing if worming treatments are needed, if you do have to use worming treatments, it's also a really good idea to submit faecal samples post-dosing to check if that worming treatment has been effective. Because if it's not been effective, it would either mean that the dosage given was incorrect, or perhaps there's an issue with resistance. And if you've got resistant worms in your farm, you need to know about it so that you can come up with a plan of action with your vet or advisor. There are two really useful resources that have got lots more information about parasites in cattle and sheep, so check out both the COWS website and the SCOPS website. If you are treating for worms and you're using a dosing gun, be sure that you take your time and do the job carefully and correctly. Check that the gun that you're using is the correct size for the class of stock that you're working with. Check that it's not got any rough edges, that it's in good working order, and that it's been calibrated correctly so that you know that it's giving the right dose. Unfortunately, every summer we see problems with dosing gun injuries, particularly in lambs, and in the post-mortem room recently we've seen lambs that have died because of these injuries. These lambs have presented with swellings under their chin, and when they've been opened up we can see that that's because of abscesses that have formed because of damage to the back of the throat. So do just be careful when you're carrying out these procedures, and if you're in any doubt, get advice from your vet. So gutworms are not the only parasite that can cause problems. We can also see issues with lungworm in cattle at this time of year. We've not many cases of this yet, but I would expect in the coming weeks and months that we will possibly see more of it. Ideally, young stock would have been vaccinated against lungworm prior to turnout, but if that's not been the case, you should certainly be vigilant for signs of coughing cattle at grass. It's usually a problem of young stock, but occasionally we'll get problems in older cattle as well. So if you are seeing calves or adult cattle coughing, be sure to get the vet involved so that we can make sure that we get the right diagnosis and instigate prompt treatment, because prompt treatment is really vital to make sure that the effects of this disease are minimised. The other parasitic disease that we've been seeing a few cases of recently, particularly in the west of Scotland, is babesia. So babesia is a small parasite transmitted by ticks that can cause bleeding problems and presents often as cattle passing red urine. This can be a particular problem if cattle are introduced to a ticky area when they've not been on tick ground before. So if you are seeing cattle passing red water, or if you're considering bringing in livestock from an area that might not have seen ticks before into a ticky area, then do speak to your vet to get advice about how best to proceed. So that's all for this month. Tune in next month to see what our vets have been seeing across the country as we head into August.